Game two's in the books of the NBA Finals, and the Dallas Mavericks have their backs against the wall, going home down 0-2, looking like nothing can go in their favor. I have some apologies to give out. Kristaps Porzingis is on my list. He absolutely dominated game one. Game two, he kind of took a little backseat, but the Celtics are absolutely a well-oiled machine. I know they said Jaylen Brown, who was it? Jason Kidd said Jaylen Brown is the best player on that team. I think at any moment in any game, anyone on that team can be the best player. We haven't even seen Jayson Tatum take over yet. What was Jayson Tatum's points yesterday? Let's look. Game recap. What were Jayson Tatum? I don't even think he was a top 3 scorer on the team. Was he? Of course, it's not going to show me. Box score. There we go. That's the Mavericks. Here's the Celtics. Jayson Tatum. Where's his points? Oh, points. There we go. 18. All right. Jayson Tatum scored 18 points yesterday. Jaylen Brown had 21. Derrick White had 18. Jrue Holiday led the charge with 26 points. This man shot 78% from the field, 11 for 14. Then you have Kristaps came in with a smooth 12. And I mean, just everyone on this team is trying to get it done. And I honestly think, and I said this, it comes down to experience. The Boston Celtics have more playoffs and more final experience than the Dallas Mavericks. And they're actually making their free throws. Let's see. So that was game two. I think game two, top scorers for the Mavs. Luka with 32. The next top scorer for the Mavericks was PJ Washington with 17 points. Kyrie's down here with 16, shooting 7 for 18, 38% from the three. I mean, it's just absolutely unacceptable. This is the Kyrie we saw back in the OKC series that we were scared was going to transition over to the Timberwolves series. And this is just showing us the light was too big for the Timberwolves. The light is too bright for the Dallas Mavericks, at least in Boston. Now, if they can steal 2 in Dallas, I think it's going to make it a little interesting. But the way the Boston Celtics are playing, I think they are absolutely going to win the finals. I would not be surprised if it was in 5. I just think the Dallas Mavericks don't have an answer. Because how do you have an answer? You could have it. So what they did yesterday was a whole different game plan from Monday. They're showing they can run the ball through absolutely anyone. Anyone on this team can score. They could game plan in Dallas to finally run the ball through Jayson Tatum. Then halftime, you switch it up. You go back to game two. You got Jrue Holiday going off. You got Derrick White hitting. Derrick White, by the way, has been on fire for the playoffs. I know 18 doesn't sound like a lot, but let's look at the all right, he shot 6 for 15 yesterday. What was he from the 3? 4 for 10. But still massive contribution. Let's see what he was game one. I feel like Derrick White is absolutely a sleeper in this series right now. Oh, it's just not going to show me box score. Derrick White, 15 points, like low points, like not 20s, 15 to 18. He's hitting threes, 2 for 5, 4 for 9. He's hitting shots. Oh, that was Jrue Holiday. My bad. 3 for 8, 5 for 11. Playing really good defense. Jrue Holiday, when he's not a massive scorer on the team, playing really good defense. Their game plan is super, super interesting. They're basically, they're doing what the Timberwolves couldn't do. They're blowing up the ISO that Luka's calling for, the screen. They're blowing that up. They're keeping the primary defender on him. The defender's getting around the screen. Typically Jayson Tatum, Jrue Holiday, they're fighting it off. They're sticking with him. They're making him pass it out. Now, what they're doing when Kyrie gets the ball, they're making him drive the hoop. You know, Kyrie likes to drive and kick. They're not giving him those kick options. As soon as he drives in, double team. The moment they think he's about to kick, they're back on their primary guy they're supposed to be defending. and it's taking away that option, and he's having to go up with the ball, not being able to be as acrobatic as he typically is. And they are just smothering Kyrie out of the game plan. And that's actually a really, really solid game plan for this team. And I think what they did, I think they watched a lot of film from the OKC series. They saw Luka gets tired. You make Luka have to win the game down the stretch. You make him go out there and have to win all 4 quarters by himself. You'd completely try to take Kyrie out of the game plan. You live with whatever Luka's doing. If you can shut down Kyrie Irving, that's shutting down the other 3 guys on the court, and you're making Luka do it all himself. This is honestly kind of like watching LeBron James play the Warriors. I'm not saying the Celtics are as good of a 3-point shooting team. They are as fundamental as a team comes. This is fundamental basketball. This is what we talked about all series. You see these big superstar teams getting put out by fundamental basketball. The Lakers got put out by fundamental basketball. The Suns got put out by fundamental basketball. You are seeing these teams get crumbled by guys going out here saying, look, any of us can be that guy. But this team, we're going to put the team first, and whoever's hot is going to get the ball, and we're not going to force anything. They're playing great defense. They're playing great offense. And what's crazy is, look, the stats aren't even absolutely ridiculous. The points are a little lopsided, not completely, but when you look at the rebounds, it just looks like Boston is absolutely out-rebounding Dallas, but they're not. They're just taking better advantage of the opportunities they get, of the turnovers they get. They're making more of the opportunities they're getting with the ball. Then you look at the assists. This is what I'm talking about. The Boston Celtics are 26-15 on assist. They're not giving Kyrie those pass outs. They're making him go score it. Now, how I think the Mavericks are going to approach game 3, Kyrie, just go score the ball. Don't worry about the pass out. Both of these guys, Kyrie and Luka, have to learn, hey, these other guys are going to have to get out there, get boards, play defense. We are going to have to score. They can get PJ Washington going. Because once Kyrie starts getting to the rack, uncontested, starts heating up, starts making his shots over 1, over 2 people. This is not the Kyrie we saw in the Timberwolves series. I don't think the Celtics are doing anything absolutely insane Kyrie can't get past. I mean, we saw this man dribbling through multiple defenders in the Timberwolves series. I mean long defenders like McDaniels, Gobert, Cat. All these guys are long. The guys on the Celtics aren't that long. You got Tatum, but you got Porzingis, Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown. They're not long like that. You just got to get past them. You got to play some physical ball. I saw a TikTok saying every time the Mavericks drive, it looks like they're in an Oklahoma drill. And you can't even really blame the refs. The Dallas is getting their free throws. They're just missing them. I think they were a little... if y'all go back before game 1, I said, I think that Boston Garden. I think the Garden in Boston is going to be absolutely humbling for the young guys there. And it is. It is absolutely humbling. The refs are a little humbling. I think the Mavs fans are saying the refs aren't calling a good game. I think they're calling it pretty decent. There were a lot of calls game 1 that I think could have went. They didn't have to call. But a lot of them on Lively, I mean, the man wasn't going straight up. He was jumping into people. So there's that. But, I mean, that's home court advantage. Hopefully the Mavs get that opportunity. Hopefully they make their free throws. Maybe they can tie it up. If they tie it up, I'll have faith. I feel like Boston's going to steal one in Dallas. And if Boston steals one in Dallas, it's done. It's cooked. It is absolutely cooked. You got Luka absolutely putting the team on his back. This man, 31 points per game, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Jayson Tatum, 17 points per game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. This is a superstar in the league, by the way. This is why I'm telling y'all, the Boston Celtics were crafted to go win a ring this year. I mean, you have defense, you have offense, you have unselfish players, you have like Jayson Tatum is so fine not averaging 31 points, right? He's like, I just want to go get this ring, guys. He's got an amazing group of guys around him. He's like, let's go do this. And they're doing that. And they're probably, like I said Mavs in 7. Now I'm thinking Celtics in 5. But anything's possible. This is playoff basketball. This is the NBA Finals. Let me know what you think about game 1 and 2 and who you think is going to win the series and in how many games down in the comments. Don't forget, guys, like and follow.